Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Michelle B here. I'm excited to join you again for our Bulldog Beginner Series. This is week 5. Can you believe it? We're more than halfway through this amazing series. I've had so much fun being with you. Today, I'm going to ask you to grab a hold of 1 or maybe 2 blocks. I just have 1 today. We're going to be spending a lot of time on adding twists into the shapes that we've already learned over the last few weeks together. So I hope you enjoy. Last week, we had a Women of Pop playlist. Today, we have a Men of Rock playlist. So let's meet on our mat in child's pose, and I'll start that up right now. All right. So we're going to come into that shape of child's pose, bringing your big toes to touch, separating your knees a little or a lot. And let's go ahead and reach those arms out long out in front of us. So child's pose as you know it, as you've grown to love it right here. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Feel free to open your mouth and sigh it out. Good, and then finding your yogic breath, inhale. Keeping your lips sealed as you exhale. Building that heat from the inside out. 1 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. And then we're going to add a twist into this child's pose. So I'm going to lift my chest slightly, slide my right hand back, and bring it all the way underneath my left arm. Coming to the right shoulder, maybe the right cheek. Option to reach your left hand out a little longer in front of you. Also the option of coming towards tented fingers. A very gentle twist beginning in your upper back. Take 1 more like this. Inhale. Exhale. And then we'll take it to the other side. So bring your right hand back to where you started from. Slide your left hand back and bring it all the way underneath your right arm. Coming down to that cheek and shoulder. So a nice stretch for the back of the shoulder blade as well here. I forgot to mention, if you want to modify, you can always bring your block and place it on any setting underneath your head. Let's just breathe into the shape for 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. All right, here we go. Back to child's pose. Just take 1 more breath. And then let's rise to all fours, coming into that solid foundation in our tabletop. Really starting to find some spinal articulation here with cat and cow. So inhale, drop your belly. Exhale, pull that belly button up towards the ceiling. 2 more like that. Breathe in. Breathe out. Nice. 1 more full breath in like that. Hug the shoulders together. And on your exhale, really pull them away from one another. And then return to neutral spine. So core work and core strengthening is very important when we twist in our yoga practice. So we're going to tuck our toes and we're going to come into a bear plank. So just hovering the knees an inch or 2 off the mat, starting to really fire up through our core in 3, 2, hover those knees on your 1 and breathe for 5, 4, I know, slowest counting ever. What am I on? 3, let's go 2, and 1. Slowly start to send those hips up and back, and then straighten out your legs. Maybe resituate your feet an inch or 2 and find your first down dog. Take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. And then come to a place of stillness in your downward facing dog. Gaze towards your thumbs and start to walk your hands back about a full palm print, so a short down dog. And we're going to find a twist in our downward facing dog. So you're going to bring your left hand to the outside of your right calf, shin, ankle, whatever you can take a hold of. Sorry, I'm like swallowing my necklace there. And then really start to straighten out through your legs as best as you can. So it's a twist. It's also a bit of a balancing shape here. Take 1 more full breath in. Stay through your exhale. Nice, you guys. Return to that short down dog. Other side. Left hand takes whatever it can grab a hold of. Doesn't matter how high or low. I want you to focus on really straightening through the legs and try not to let that left shoulder roll. Keep it aiming down towards your mat. you can start to spin your chin. We're here for one more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Come back to downward facing dog. So palms go a full palm print forward again. Send those hips nice and high. Then let's come up towards our tippy toes. Walk all the way up to the top of our mats. Feet can be together a good hip distance apart. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale and fold. And then start to press down through your feet. Come up to stand. Stretching from your feet to your fingers. We're going to take our side bend series, just one set here. Inhale, grow nice and tall through your spine. Exhale, side bend over to the right. Rock your hips left. Inhale. Exhale. So I really want to start building our way towards an entire 30-minute flow practice. So a lot of these poses you will remember. Just trust that repetition in your body and that you know where you're heading. Let's come back up to center and reset and take that side bend over to the other side. So opening up through the side body, also super important for when we twist in our practice. Squeeze through those inner thighs, even if they're not together. Take an inhale. Exhale, sway. One more full breath here. Inhale. Exhale, go ahead. You can. Go even deeper. Inhale, come back to center. Release the interlace of the fingers. Find that gentle back bend. You guys know about the back bend. Squeeze through the legs. Pull the belly in. You can always bring your hands to your hips if your shoulders need a pause. One more inhale. Set your gaze forward and exhale. Swan dive down. You're going to come up into that flat back. And then from here, we're just going to step 1 foot back at a time. Right leg, left leg, doesn't matter. Find our high plank and hold. Inhale. Exhale. Remember, you can always modify and tap those knees. In fact, I'll do it with you guys. Go ahead and tap your knees down as we find our first modified low plank. So start to rock your shoulders over your wrists a few inches. Hug your elbows in to meet your spine and hover halfway down. Hold, breathe. 3, 2, 1. Untuck your toes. Straight into that upward facing dog. It's like magic. You're already there. Take an inhale, press through the top of the feet. The palms roll the shoulders back. Exhale, tuck your toes together or one at a time. Find that dog and take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Nice, you guys. Come towards your tippy toes again. Walk your feet forward. Let's bring our big toes all the way together this time and find chair pose. So we're not going to be in this variation of chair very long today. We're going to add on a twist. So bring your hands to heart center. Really squeeze your palms together as though there's like a $100 bill between your palms you don't want to let go of. And notice how that really guides the shoulders onto your back. You might even feel a little engagement through your core as well. I want you to really find that core lock connection. Sink your hips a little further towards the back of your mat. Now inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, you're going to take a twist over to the right. So this might be where you stay today, without your elbow touching the knee or the thigh. If you feel ready, you can bend those legs a little deeper and make that connection. Elbow to the outside of the knee or the thigh. Keep pressing your prayer hands together. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Just one more here, I promise. Inhale. Exhale. Now, without coming out of your legs, let's return to where we began. Reset the elbows, lift them nice and high. And then we're just going to take it to the left. So you can stay here, or you can tap your elbow to the outside of your left knee or thigh. Lock your belly in. So what twisting is doing is really releasing all the tension that we hold in our muscles around our spine. Good. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath in. One more breath out. I know it's a lot. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, woo! Let that go. Forward fold. You can separate your feet a little bit if you would like. Shake your head no. Shake it yes. And then let's come up halfway, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. Walk your feet back, high plank. You can tap your knees if you want. Let's lower halfway down. Hug your elbows in. Find your up dog. And then lift your hips to the sky, downward facing. Take an inhale. Exhale. Let's just be here for one more deep breath in. Aiming those hips up towards the sky as we exhale. And then send your right leg, reach it up and back behind you. Plug your knee in towards your chest and quietly step your foot forward. So we're going to begin by tapping your back knee down and finding a low lunge. This should feel pretty familiar. You can keep your back toes tucked or untucked and whatever works for you. Lift your arms up nice and high overhead. Hands to heart center. Take a twist to the right and see if you can bring that elbow to the outside of the thigh now. Good. So this is our low lunge twist. We're really twisting from the lower abdominals up, so we also can find some contraction in those abdominal muscles during a twist. So when we release, it gives them a chance to really, really let go of all that tension that we hold there. Now, I'm going to offer a couple options. You can stay as you are. This is a perfect place to be. Or you can start to tuck your toes. If you're heading there with me, I'm going to have you press through that back heel and see if you can lift off your knee. It's only a few inches to come back down. So maybe even try it for just a breath and then lower. And if you want to stay, you're just going to hold here. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good. I promise we're not here much longer. If you want to grab a hold of your block, I'm going to have you place it to the inside of your right foot. Bring your left hand to your hip. Kind of pull that hip towards the back of your mat. And then maybe reach your arm up nice and high. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Twisting always encourages us to stay deeply connected to our breath. So note if it's gone shallow. Take one more inhale. Really open up the chest. And then exhale. Lower your hands down. Let's place that block off to the side. Press into the hands. Send that right foot back, high plank. Go to downward facing dog. Inhale. Big exhale. And then we're all set up for the other side. Take your left leg, send it up and back. Knee towards your nose or your chest. And place that foot through. Everyone lower your back knee down to begin. Untuck your toes if you'd like. You can walk your hands up to your front thigh or take them directly overhead and hold here. Inhale. Exhale. Then set those hands to heart center. Lift the elbows nice and high, just as we did in that twisting squat from chair pose. And then find your twist here. Again, notice the connection of the core lock. Pulling your belly in towards your spine, the firmer you press your hands together. And then you have options. You guys are in charge. Stay here, maybe tuck your toes if you want to play with lifting the knee. Just getting used to that action and lowering. Feel free to take it a few times. And when you're ready to stay, you'll just hold. Good. Final variation, if you feel up for it. Place that block down to the inside of your left foot. I like to steer my left hip back a little bit. And then from there, take the left arm, reach it nice and high. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. So find that tension in the belly as we twist. So when we release, we're really letting go of it. Take one more breath, maybe twist a little further. You can take your gaze up towards the ceiling. And then use your exhale to release your left hand down. Place the block off to the side. Step your left foot back, high plank. Let's go to downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. One more full breath in. Full breath out. Tippy toe walk your feet all the way up to the top of your mat. Big toes touching again. Finding that halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Chair pose. Hands to heart center now. You know where we're heading. We're going to go to the left this time first. So take that twist to the left. Not here as long. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, go to the other side. We're gonna add on one more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist left, hold here. Maybe bring that right hand to your heart and take your left arm up nice and high. Full breath in. Full breath out. That's it, you guys. Hands together at heart center. Taking it over to the right one more time. Stay. Right hand to your chest, or left hand to your chest rather. Right arm reaches nice and high. Good, you've got it. One more breath. Hands together at the side. Inhale. Whew. Exhale, sweet release for those legs. Inhale, come halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back. High plank option to flow through that low plank into up dog or cobra. And then lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. All right, let's keep building, Bulldog. Inhale, send that right leg, reach it high. Place your foot quietly through. We're going to find airplane arms as we inhale. And then sweep your fingers forward. Lift your chest. So here we are in that high lunge. We're going to head into an open twist and then a revolve twist. So take an inhale here. On an exhale, bring your left arm forward, your right arm back. See how I'm keeping my shoulders over the hips. I want you to focus on that. You're going to always lower that back knee down. Inhale, come back to center, high lunge. Exhale, open your twist. One more time. Inhale, high lunge. Open, twist, hold. Flip your left palm. Radiate your warrior just as you do. Now you're just in a twist. So your right hand can come to your lower back and maybe slide down the back of that left leg. Woo! Almost lost my balance there. One more breath. Awesome. Come back to the high lunge. Let's open up warrior two. Flip your front palm. Reach up and radiate your warrior. And then exhale. We're going to cartwheel those hands down, stepping back to high plank, and then lift our hips high, downward facing dog. Anytime we're in the dog and you want to return to child's pose, you're more than welcome. We're here for one more inhale. Exhale. Now the other side, left leg, send it up. Place it quietly through, find your airplane arms. And then sweep your fingers forward to lift your chest. Hello. This is it, Bulldog. This is how we get Bulldog strong. Staying with the practice. Even when we feel shaky and we want to quit. Take an inhale, reach even higher. This time as we exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Like you're moving through water with that left hand. Reach and return to high lunge. Open to your twist. And then one more time. Reach nice and high. Open to your twist. Start to flip your right palm, reach up. Revolve your twisted lunge and hold. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath, really reaching up and back. Return to high lunge. Open warrior two. I'm right here in it with you guys. Flip your front palm. Reach up and radiate. And then exhale, enjoy the ride. Let's cartwheel down, step it back to high plank. If you want to move through a flow, you're more than welcome. And then we'll all meet up together in that downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more here. Inhale. Exhale. From here, come towards your tippy toes. Let's walk those feet up to the top of our mat. Find a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, full forward fold. And then press through your feet. Let's come up to stand. Oh my gosh, are you guys sweating as much as I am? I know it's hot and humid here at home, but man, all that twist is really helping me build a good sweat. All right, so we're going to come into a balancing shape. And we're going to work on building our way towards a twist in this balancing shape. So remember before when we did those marching chair poses of lifting one knee up to 90 at a time? We're going to kind of add on a twist from that place. So I'm going to have you bring all the way down into your left foot, starting from a standing position with your feet slightly wider or narrower than hip distance apart. Really start to press firmly down into your left foot. Bring your right knee to 90. And then if you can, interlace your fingers around the knee. Keep your foot nice and flexed so we're not just like hanging out. We're active through the entire body. And then from here, see if you can slide your right hand towards your right hip and bring that left hand to the outside of the right knee. So I'm already starting to feel this in my belly quite a bit here. Now, you can stay and you can start to take your gaze over to the right. And maybe your right arm will reach behind you. This is all we're going to head for today. Lots of other places we can go, but we're just going to see if we can hold here, keeping it nice and simple. Take one more breath. Nice. Come back to center, arms up nice and high as you release that right foot down. And then find your mountain pose. Catch yourself for a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Other side. Really pressing down into that right foot. Find the engagement all the way up the kinetic chain of your leg until you come to that right hip. Bring your left knee to 90. And then interlace your fingers around the knee. One side's always going to present a bit more of a challenge than the other. That's okay. Just remind yourself that learning is fun. All right, when you're ready, you're going to bring your left hand to your hip as you guide the right hand to the outside of the knee. And then start to take your gaze towards your left shoulder. Hold here. Or maybe your left arm reaches out behind you. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. You've got this, Bulldog. One more breath. Nice. Inhale. Tall mountain pose. Arms reach up overhead. Awesome work. Exhale, fold down. So your feet are still a little narrower than hip distance apart. It's about one fist between my big toes. Find a forward fold. You can grab a hold of opposite elbows for ragdoll. And come into a gentle sway. Nice. And then return to center. Release your hands. So a block might be really helpful here. In fact, I'll show you the variation with the block in between my feet. You can place it on the low setting, medium, or high, whatever you choose. I'm going to bring my left hand to that block and start again by bringing my right hand to my hip. And I'm going to strain out through that right leg quite a bit. Keep a bend in your left knee. From here, rotate your chest open even more. And then option to take that arm nice and high overhead. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. So you are getting the benefits of the twist, of really opening up all of the muscles around your spine. That's great for spinal health. What you're also getting in here, little added benefit of an IT band stretch. You might even feel this through your hamstrings as well. Let's take one more breath, reach even higher, twist even deeper. Soft bend through both of your knees as you lower that right hand down. You can just kind of place it on top of your left. And then we'll do it on the other side. So right hand comes to our block. Left hand's going to come around our left hip, and you're going to straighten out through that left leg as you find a deep bend in your right knee. Start to spin your chin. Maybe take your left hand, reach it high. Inhale. Exhale. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more like this. Inhale. Soft bend through your knees as you exhale. Lower that left hand down. And then remove your block off to the side. Plant your hands. Step your feet back. High plank. You know where to head from here. High plank to low with the knees or without. Coming into a cobra or your up dog. And then let's lift our hips up and back. Find downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. All right, one more little standing series here. We're going to take the right leg, reach it nice and high, and start to guide that leg through. From here, we're going to spin our back heel down. Windmill open to warrior two. So we're heading into a wide angle pose. So you're going to start to straighten out through that right leg and spin your toes in to become parallel to the side of your mat. From here, hands can come to your hips. I always like to squeeze my elbows in, just kind of open up through the chest a little bit. Take a deep breath in. And on an exhale, we're just going to hinge from those hips and come about halfway down. I'm going to turn around so I can face you guys. All right. So from here, you're about halfway down, as though I could place my cup of coffee that I enjoy in the morning right on your back and it wouldn't spill. Take one more breath like this, and then use your hands, lowering all the way down. The same idea that we did in that variation from our forward fold, we're going to take it here. So you're going to bring your left hand underneath your nose. Remember, you can always grab a hold of that block, bringing the earth up to meet you a little bit there, and then set your right hand to your lower back. Start to rotate your chest to whatever wall you're facing with your gaze, and you can stay here, or you can bring that right arm and reach it high. So whether or not that right hip rotates open up a little bit is perfectly fine with me. I don't need your hips to be entirely square here. What that can do is just put a little bit of strain on your lower back, and that's not what we want. Take one more deep breath in, and then exhale. Return both hands to the mat or your block, and we'll switch. Right hand underneath your nose, left hand to your lower back. Hold here in your twist, or take the left arm and reach it high. Take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Lower your left hand down. So from here, we're going to head into goddess pose with a bit of a twist through the upper body. So I'm going to have you spin your heels in and your toes out. Find a deep bend through your knees and lift into goddess. So I'm finding the goalpost shape with my arms. Then I'm going to bring those hands behind my head. We're going to twist right, return to center, twist left, and come back. Let the movement match your breath. Twisting on your exhale, coming back to center on your inhale. Let's take two more on each side. Awesome work. Woo! Just building some core and oblique work in to that twist while we're really staying low in those legs. Return to goddess, and then fold in half. Woo! I always like to kind of scoot around in my legs a little bit, releasing through my hips. And then you're just going to lower your hands down, return your feet to parallel, and walk your feet towards the front of your mat and step back high plank. You know where to head from here. Move through a flow, or not. You can always skip and meet us together in downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. From here, tippy toe walk your feet forward, and let's have a seat. So you're going to come all the way onto your back, and we're going to set it for our final bit of poses here. So come onto your back, hug your knees into your chest, and take a few knee circles in each direction. Massaging through the lower spine. And then come back to center and keep hugging your right knee into your chest. Extend that left leg nice and long. If that's not happening, just plant the left foot to the mat. Otherwise, you're just going to hold here and take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Really getting a nice stretch through the front of your left hip. Good. One more deep breath. All right, so from here, very similar to when we were balancing, you're going to bring that right knee over your hip. Bring the left hand to the outside of your right knee. I always like to bring my left foot to the mat and scoot my hips over to the right a little bit. Then we straighten as I take that leg across the body. Right hand can come out nice and long, and you can spin your chin if you want, finding the fullest expression of the twist here. you're ready, you want to start to soften your gaze or close your eyes, I invite you to do so. Just enjoying this nice spinal twist. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then resituate your hips. Come back to center and guide that right knee in. Taking whatever movement feels good. And then extend the leg nice and long. Take that on the left side. Pull the knee in. A few knee circles in each direction, like you're flossing through your hips. And then we'll set that knee over the hip. Bring the right hand to the outside of the knee. Maybe plant that foot to the mat to scoot your hips slightly over. And then find your spinal twist. Now the gaze can come over the left shoulder if you want. And then just breathe. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. 2 more, breathe in. Breathe out. Nice, you guys. Enjoy the final one on your own. And then when you're ready, let's come back. This time, hug both knees into your chest. Take those knee circles in any way that works for you. Hug yourself into that tight little yoga ball, bringing your forehead up to meet your knees. And then start to extend. Take those legs nice and long on your mat for final rest. Please, please, please feel free to stay here for as long as you're able to. What did we say? We could turn this into yoga nap time. So you're going to stay. I'm going to come up and just say my goodbye. Well, Bulldog, I hope you enjoyed this basics class with the focus on twist today. Just giving yourself an opportunity to wring things out for your body so you can start fresh, start new, and realize that you don't need to hold on to all the tension that we think we need to carry. So I will see you again next week, Bulldog. Thanks so much. See you soon.